Brian, make me dinner, please.
I make dinner all the time. You make dinner.
How about we make dinner together?
Okay. Welcome to Crocs in the Kitchen.
I'm Jessica.
And I am Brian. Yes, it is dinner time here at the Croc household, and we were just trying to figure out what to make, and then we remembered, hey, we've got some sketty squash.
Sketty squash.
We've got some other things in the refrigerator and in the pantry. Let's throw something together.
Yeah, I actually had an idea of doing a video that was about what this video is actually about, which is making your spaghetti squash in the Instant Pot. And then Brian was like, hey, why don't I make a little meal out of it afterwards and we can show him what we do with the spaghetti squash.
Yeah.
So you're getting a bonus recipe that's very simple to put together, and also you get a little tutorial on how to cook your spaghetti squash in your Instant Pot, which for me is a game changer when it comes to spaghetti squash.
Yep, but let's get to cooking. I'm starving.
All right, so up first, we're gonna make the spaghetti squash. So I have always done this in the oven, and then one day I was like, I wonder what happened if you threw it in the Instant Pot, and I looked up some stuff online and then tried it out, and my mind was kind of blown. So we're gonna do that today. So the first thing you wanna do is cut your spaghetti squash in half. Now, a lot of times I would microwave my spaghetti squash and then cut it in half, but I cut this one earlier without microwaving it or anything, and it cut pretty easily. So I'm gonna do this other one. Now, normally I'm not allowed to have a knife, but Brian's on the other side of the camera, so I'm gonna go for it. So I just like to, I'm not a professional at this in any way, I just like to sort of go for a nice little jab down the middle. Ow, okay. And then just sort of keep cutting downward until it cuts. The other one was a little bit easier. So if you need to, don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't listen to me. Don't do that. How about if we get Brian to do this? Okay. Okay. So as you can see, that was a little bit more difficult. This one, I swear, it was like so much easier to cut. I'm not even joking. But if you pop it in the microwave for about 4 or 5 minutes, it will definitely, cut easier. So now we are just going to scoop all the seeds out of each of these. So you want to get rid of all this stuff. Okay. So it's basically just like when when you make a pumpkin and you scoop out all the seeds, just do that. You can save the seeds. Brian has actually roasted them before, so he likes to experiment with all that stuff. But now that we have all of our halves, we are just going to stick it in our Instant Pot. So there's something else I was going to tell you. Oh yeah. Make sure that you get spaghetti squash that's small enough to fit in whatever size Instant Pot you have. So these ones are, relatively small, and they work really nicely in there. Okay, so we got the Instant Pot out, and I'm going to open it up, and then I'm going to dump in about a cup of water into the bottom. I mean, that's the only place I could dump it, is into the bottom. And then I'm going to take, you can use you have like a steamer basket thingy. I think this one actually came with the Instant Pot. I'm not exactly sure how this works. I guess it works like that. And then you just lift it. You do that. I have this one that actually came with another crock pot thing. Yes, crock pot. That we have. So I like to put this in there. You could put it in there like this or whatever. The key is just to have it not sitting on the very bottom, right? To elevate it a little bit. And then you just take your halves and you put them in. I usually do it kind of like this. And that's basically it, right? So you're gonna do one at a time. And then you just put your lid back on, which I can never get the lid on even when I'm going the right way. So this should be good. Nope. Okay. I did it. So you're going to put it on sealing. That's very important. Make sure it's on sealing. And then, Brian, if you could hit the pressure cook button. Oh, it's not plugged in. Sorry. not gonna reach. Okay, hold on. Oh, there we go. So due to safety concerns, we had to move the Instant Pot so that the cord was not pulling, because I don't want it to explode and blow us all up, and then we won't be able to finish this video. Although I guess maybe the explosion will be on video, and then we could get 1 million views off of it, but we won't be alive to reap the benefits. So anyway, Brian, can you please put it on high pressure for 8 minutes. Now you can do about 6 to 8 minutes, just depending. I'm gonna go for 8. I like mine to be extra done. So yeah, 8 minutes. And it's just going to do its thing, build up the pressure. It will take, you know, anywhere 10, 15 minutes, whatever time it takes to build up the pressure. And then it will, you can hear it beeping now. And then it will do its thing for 8 minutes. And then, oh, make sure you're on ceiling, because I just realized I wasn't on ceiling anymore. So just make sure it's on ceiling before you do that. And then it's gonna cook and do its thing, and then once it's done, we're gonna release the pressure manually and take it out, and it's gonna be done and it's gonna be ready, and voila. So I'm super pumped. Okay, so Brian and I almost fell asleep on the couch, and then the Instant Pot beeped. It didn't take that long, actually. Built up to pressure pretty quickly here. So I'm going to do the manual release, which just means that I'm going to take very carefully this drumstick spoon that I have here, and I'm going to move this over, and I'm gonna make sure it's not gonna spray me. I'm gonna move over here. Wait, I'm gonna move over here. Okay, am I still on the camera? Okay, and then you just switch it to venting. Ah! Ah! I like to throw that on there just to like prevent it from just going everywhere. Just be careful, it's steam. It's really hot, trust me. You don't want to like steam bath of this. It's gonna burn you. Like, not that I have experience with that. Okay, so it just clicked. So when it clicks and the little thing drops, then you know it's ready to open. You ready for this? Ta-da! Look at that beauty. Can you see it? So if you just let it cool on the cutting board here like this, it will, a lot of the extra little like moisture will kind of come out and it won't be so watery, but we can also strain it. Just use like a little like mesh strainer kind of thing and kind of get some of that water out, or pat it with paper towels, because you don't want it to be super watery, right? But it usually works out pretty well like this. This looks like it's gonna come out very easily, so we're gonna let it cool down now. Okay, so we've got the other spaghetti squash cooking now, and then but while that's doing, this has cooled down enough to handle. So the most traditional way of doing this is taking a fork and doing it like this, and then you get your traditional kind of like spaghetti squash-like strands, right? So that's what it looks like if you guys have never done spaghetti squash. And then you get these nice little strands that remind people of spaghetti. So you can do that. I'm just gonna put this into like a little strainer kind of thing, and it's still pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie. But this is really cool. Whenever I do it in the Instant Pot, I discovered that, let's see if it'll work this time. Sometimes you can just sort of like, yeah, here we go. You can just sort of peel the outer layer off. You don't even have to like remove, so you get all of that good stuff out of there, and it's kind of insane. It's a little bit too hot to actually be doing this right now, but I'm just going to continue because I'm an idiot. Don't comment below and say you're not an idiot, because this is so stupid. My hands are burning. I'm burning myself on purpose. But yeah, you can see it kind of just peels off, and if you let it cool even more, it works even better, and then you just get like all of that goodness out of there. But yeah, so I'm just going to continue to peel / remove / whatever I see fit to get this out of here, and just kind of let it drain a little in case any of the water wants to come off. And the other one's going to cook, and then Brian's going to make us dinner. So the other one, I actually took a spoon and just kind of went around the outside edge. And if you will notice, it actually came out really easily. Boom, look at that. And look at all, like there's nothing, no waste at all. And so that's the difference. I've never had that happen when I did this in the oven. I've only had this happen from the Instant Pot. Also, again, you can cook it a little bit less or more. This one's definitely a little bit more done than, you know, if you want it a little firmer, you can go a little bit like maybe 6 minutes, 7 minutes. But yeah, it breaks up really easily, and the other one's ready. So I'm just going to get all that together, and then we're going to get some spaghetti squash for dinner. Oh, also, one time, so on our other spaghetti squash video that we did, which we'll link below, you guys told us we should cut the spaghetti squash, a few of you did, the other way, because you will get like the long strands of spaghetti squash then, and we tried it that way, and it was just like an epic disaster for us. So I don't know if we did it wrong. I mean, I don't know. It just like, it was so hard to get out of the spaghetti squash. So we have continued doing it this way, but I don't know. Maybe we'll try it again someday, but probably not.
So now that Jessica is done with that lovely spaghetti squash, I now get to make something for dinner. But my part's actually a lot easier because most of the stuff's already ready to go, and I didn't have to actually like cook anything to do this. So the first thing though, and you may be wondering what I'm actually going to be making here. First thing I'm doing is I'm going to add some of this lovely cheese sauce that we picked up by making the Healthspan Solutions Chipotle cheese sauce. I forgot the actual name of it. Show the book, Jessica. Yeah, so pretty. So really, really straightforward though. I'm just gonna add an amount. I'm not really sure how much. Maybe about half the jar, and then we'll see from there. See how it goes. Just pour on a nice, yeah, sure. Why not? And I'm gonna stir this up. Actually, I may end up using the whole jar, just with the sheer amount of spaghetti squash that we actually have here. Yeah, I'm just kind of tossing this like it was actually spaghetti. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna add more. Ain't no way Jessica's gonna complain about me adding more. There, that should. Now that it is thoroughly coated, I got all the corners in there, and pretty much every strand has some sauce on it. Now I'm going to add in some good and lovely pinto beans from a can. Just pretty straightforward. This is, yeah, like 1 can of pinto beans for the most part. Jessica reserved some for, you know, making the beauty shots later on. I'm just going to add all that and mix that up too. All right, now, normally what I would do is just be done with this. Then you can just, you know, maybe eat the entire thing, forget Jessica. And go from there. But I think what we should do now, Jessica, is portion it and then make them pretty. You with that plan? I'm with that plan too, so let's go ahead and do that.
I have to make it pretty because Brian doesn't do pretty. Take a little bite of this. Oh. Hello.
So I was just going to say that you can use whatever cheese sauce you like. It doesn't really matter. You know, it's just, it's personal preference. We like this one because it's a bit spicy and it's a little bit sweet and it's got a lot of good stuff going for it. You can use any kind of beans you want. I would have actually preferred to use black beans, but we didn't have black beans, so we went with the pinto beans instead.
I found this dog.
Yes. All right, so give me the dog. You finish the beautification.
Okay, now I have to go wash my hands. Great, my hands are clean. So now we are going to add taco sauce. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, that's the next thing. So we found the Sky Valley taco sauce. It is of course, vegan. The ingredients are water, tomato paste, distilled vinegar, cornstarch, salt, garlic powder, cane sugar. So there is some sugar in it. Cayenne pepper, onion powder, chili powder, cumin, paprika, citric acid. 5 calories, 65 milligrams of sodium per tablespoon. So not too bad. We like to use it from time to time. Not something we use every day, but we like to put it on some stuff. So yes, Sky Valley taco sauce. So we're just going to add some of that.
Wow. That was amazing.
Did I get it on myself?
You got it. No,
Am I good?
you're good.
My face?
Your face is fine.
Okay.
This is totally
Oh,
staying
wow.
in the
I
video.
got it like, yeah, okay. I really got it everywhere, didn't I?
Yeah, you almost got it on Scout.
Oh, Scout! Scout's gonna be a taco dog. So we're just gonna put some of that on there, like so. Put a nice little bit of it. Add a little bit of heat. And then, to finish it off, we have these lovely chives. No. Scallions? No.
Chives.
Chives, I was right. We had these laying around in the fridge, so we were like, you know what? This will be...
Let's add a little green.
Oh, boom. Look at that presentation, people. Look at that. So yeah, this is the final dish.
So there you have it. Pretty straightforward, easy to do. It, the longest part is just cooking the spaghetti squash and getting that to sort of drain off a bit. But man, did it turn out fantastic. It looks amazing. Jessica, here is a fork.
Oh yes, thank you.
So let's try this out. I know you already snuck a bite earlier, but I don't care. I'm not going to hold that against you.
I topped it with some extra cheesy sauce, and it was really good.
That's amazing. It's like a spicy spaghetti thing. It's just fantastic.
Cheesy.
It is very, very cheesy. Very nicely done. Very well cooked. All in all, an easy dinner to throw together that makes us happy.
Yes, and Oliver is also wanting dinner. Oliver, come front. Oliver, sit. Sit. Stay. Stay for the rest of the video. Okay, bud? So, like Brian said, you can use different cheese sauce if you want. You can swap out the beans. We're just giving you ideas here, but we really like this butternut squash cheesy sauce from the Healthspan solution because it's super tasty.
Yep. But I think that's pretty much all we got for this video. Please find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of fun stuff. And we will hopefully, if you send us a message, get back to you and interact with you, because we do like interacting with you guys that have, questions or even just comments, and want to tell us random things. But also subscribe to the channel, click the bell that is right next to it, and you'll get notified whenever we post a new video. Also, like and share the video. We like that kind of stuff.
Spread the love.
It helps grow the channel. It helps get people out there to find our stuff, and just, and that's what we're really trying to do. We're always trying to grow the channel.
Yeah.
But I think that's all I got.
Oliver, sit.
That's definitely all she's got, and that is most certainly all the pups have. We will see you next time
Oliver.
on Crocs in the Kitchen. Bye.
Oh, bud. Oh, big baby boy.
Let's get to eating.